30 years when I got out of the military, I started in sales, and I started as a handicapped person. Handicapped mentally, because I was an idiot and a coward. I had two major excuses, crutches that I leaned on that kept me poor because I believed they were true. Now, on the surface, they were true. Number one, I was an uneducated man. But I believed that was a hindrance that could hold me back, and I couldn't achieve the success that others were achieving in sales because I was uneducated. I didn't have a college degree. I barely made it through high school. I was a terrible student, and I believed that would undo me. I believed everyone else who had an education was better than me, and I believed every client or customer that I would call on would never want to talk to me or do business with me because I was uneducated. And I used that and told myself that stuff every single day, and it kept me in a box. It kept me in the handicap lane, kept me in handicap parking because I believed truly that I was handicapped. The other excuse was I started out with this AM Spanish station, and this thing was 100 years old. It was held together by bubblegum and shoestring. So as I compared it to our competitors out in the marketplace, I saw we were so different. They were the alpha to our omega. They looked so wonderful. They had presentations, they had color graphs, they had computers. Everything we did was handwritten. I actually brought handwritten contracts in. I would sign contracts on napkins sometimes because we didn't have any of those resources. We didn't have anything that looked good. We looked like a homeless center. I was intimidated and afraid and embarrassed to even bring people in to our radio station because of the way it looked compared to our competitors. So I believed we would never be able to sell like our competitors did because we didn't have the right presentation. We didn't have the resources. We didn't have the money. We didn't have the connections. We had nothing compared to them, so we didn't sell much. We didn't sell much because I was handicapped. I was an idiot and a coward. I believed in those lame excuses and lies. Here's my question today. What are you believing in? What's holding you back? Because you, like me, we have a great equalizer. We have something that levels the playing field. It doesn't matter how much education everyone else has, how much money, connections, how long they've been in business, what kind of reputation they have. It doesn't matter what you're facing out there because you have a secret weapon. That weapon is you can outwork anybody. You make that decision. It's what you control. You can't control the other stuff. There's always going to be people more talented, more educated, better looking, people that have more money, more resources, more education, more everything. There's always going to be those. And if you use those as an excuse to keep you where you're at, you become a victim. And you have an entitlement mentality. You will start to lose. You create your own box in your own prison. So what is it that you're leaning on? Because you don't have to. I learned 1.5 years into my sales because of the help of a gentleman named Gregorio who came in, became my mentor, and helped to break down those barriers that I put up around myself. Those excuses, those lame things. He taught me how to outwork. And I don't necessarily mean hours, although in the beginning, for me, I was working 12 to 15 hours a day. I attacked it. But 5-10 years later into it, I was working 3 to 4 hours a day and I was out producing everybody in our field because I learned to outwork because of Gregorio. Because that's the one thing I can control. I couldn't control anything else, but I knew I could outwork. And outwork to me meant that the minute I got into work till the minute I left, I put 100% effort into everything. Attack it every single day. No time off. Go after it. Because I knew my competitors, my competition, and other people were going to take time off. They were going to take long lunch breaks. They were going to get involved in around the water cooler and gossiping and do other things. And I figure they'd beat me in a lot of other areas, but I wasn't going to allow someone to beat me outworking me. Outworking is the great equalizer. You have it. You can do it. You can change it. You have the world right where you want it right now today. Get out there today and outwork everyone else and watch success come knocking your door. My name is Ed Carcarey and I'd love to connect with you. You can find me at edcarcarey.com. Find your passion. Find your life.